Listen closely if you feel that familiar rush of excitement when you tell someone about your latest project, your new business idea, or your personal fitness goal, because that fleeting sense of satisfaction you feel in your chest is actually a biological trap. It is your mind tricking you into thinking you've accomplished something substantial when you haven't even started. In a modern world where sharing is the default setting and every human experience is treated as a piece of digital content for public consumption, we have forgotten the ancient Stoic law. Silence is the forge of power. When you announce a goal, you experience what psychologists call social reality. The brain receives a dopamine hit from the applause of others, and it mistakenly concludes that the task is complete, effectively killing the hunger and the necessary friction that drives real execution. This 10,000 word deep dive is a tactical intervention for your soul designed to help you stop leaking your life force into pointless conversations and start building a future in the absolute shadows where no one can touch your momentum and no one can sabotage your peace. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus understood that your life is not a performance for an audience of spectators who don't truly care about your success. It is a private laboratory where character is forged through quiet, repetitive, and often boring consistency. We must begin by recognizing that your life is not for public consumption. You are not a reality TV star, and you do not owe the world a play-by-play of your evolution. Every time you explain your choices or justify your plans to someone else, you are handing them a vote in your life, allowing their insecurities, their envy, and their limitations to seep into your vision. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote in his private journals, "Never intended for our eyes that we should waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be, but simply be one," which serves as the ultimate command to move from the world of words to the world of works. Most people are words heavy and action light, spending hours talking about the person they intend to become while remaining exactly the same year after year, whereas the Stoic is action heavy and words light, letting the results of their labor make the only noise necessary. This brings us to the second pillar: words lose power when given too soon. Because energy is a finite resource, and if you spend it on the theatricality of being a dreamer, you will have none left for the brutality of being a doer. Think of your energy as steam inside a boiler. If you keep opening the valves to let people see how much pressure you've built up, the pressure drops and the engine stops moving. You must learn to sit with the discomfort of being misunderstood, being judged, or even being ignored. Because attention is a currency, and every time you beg for it through oversharing, you are bankrupting your internal sovereignty. Most of the people you are explaining yourself to are not listening to understand you. They are listening to see how your growth makes them feel about their own lack of progress. And when they offer well-meaning advice, it is often a disguised attempt to pull you back into the comfort of the status quo. This is why you must respect your boundaries and understand that no one deserves the full map of your soul. You are allowed to keep your projects, your struggles, and your victories to yourself until they are so undeniable that they manifest in your physical reality. Your momentum is a fragile flame in its early stages, and by exposing it to the winds of public opinion, you risk it being blown out before it ever becomes a wildfire. The Stoics knew that gossip is a system designed to pull high performers down to the level of the average, and when you stay silent, you starve that system of the raw material it needs to manufacture drama. While the world is busy talking about who you used to be, you are busy becoming someone they won't even recognize, because people only want the predictable you. They want the version of you that makes them feel safe and superior. By refusing to explain your new habits or your sudden distance, you are practicing the discipline of silence's training, which is not an empty void, but a dense, purposeful state of self-mastery. Seneca reminded us that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality, and much of that suffering comes from our obsession with how we are perceived. When you drop the need to be perceived, you find a radical, terrifying freedom to actually do the work. This script is a roadmap for the silent pivot, the moment you decide to go dark on your goals and bright on your results, moving from the theater of the world into the sanctuary of the self. You must treat your one-time passwords and your verification codes of your soul with the same security you treat your bank account. If you give the codes away, you lose the assets. As we dive deeper into these 10 lessons, we will analyze the tactical silence of George Washington, who led an army through sheer presence rather than constant chatter, and the fierce privacy of Cato the Younger, who stood as a pillar of integrity against the roaring noise of Caesar's Rome. We will break down the neurobiology of the dopamine recognition loop and show you how to rewiring your brain to crave physical progress over social praise. This is the end of your era of explanation. From this moment on, you will not argue, you will not justify, and you will not announce. You will simply build, you will simply grow, and you will simply win in a silence so profound that it becomes the loudest thing in the room. You are the architect of a private empire, and a true emperor does not ask for permission to expand his borders. He simply expands them and lets the world deal with the new reality. Let your results be your monument, let your discipline be your defense, and let your sovereign silence be the ultimate testament to your Stoic strength. Because in the end, the man who speaks the least is the one who has done the most, and the world will eventually bow to the results of the work you did when no one was watching and no one was applauding.